So, links are important, but how do you do backlink building strategies that are effective? Here's the answer. First, you have to have realistic expectations when it comes to backlink building. There are no great options that are both cheap and effective. Link building sucks. I'm just going to say it. It's either a ton of time or a ton of money. So it's either a ton of your time, a ton of your client's money, whatever it may be. What you have to understand is the realistic expectations of, do you want quality or quantity or somewhere in between? So there's countless ways that you can do link building. It just depends on what your cup of tea is, what your taste is, what your preference is. Some examples are, do you want to go for volume? And if you go for volume, that usually means that you decrease quality a little bit, but sometimes that might work, especially if you're in a smaller market or you're in a smaller industry. Sometimes you can get away with links that aren't necessarily the best, but they're not horrible. And so some ways you can do that is you can broker them. There are websites out there that you can broker links where you can log in and you're either the buyer or seller. So you type in the criteria and it's very much like an auction-based system. You can say, I'm looking for links with this sort of domain credibility, whether it's a DA or a DR, domain authority, domain rating, whatever your favorite acronym is, depending on your software. You can filter by that. You can also filter by price. You can filter by industry. So that's a great way to get quick links at scale. Now, if you want to focus on quality, this either means a ton of time or a ton of money or both. There's lots of great tools out there that can connect you to people and audiences. So what you want to focus on is quality links. And the ways that you do that is you have to first target the right industry. Your backlinks will be more valuable if it is from a website that is in a similar industry to the website you're building links toward, because it supports each other. It's relevant. First, you have to filter the backlink pool based on your industry. Then you can go through and start to look at traffic qualities, domain authority, and all those other metrics. Like what you're watching so far, do me a favor and like and subscribe. I don't know which content brings you value unless you tell me. So liking and subscribing will help me know to make more of these videos, solve more of your problems, answer more questions, and help take you to the next level. Do that now. Like, subscribe, back to the video. Now, one of my favorite tools to use is called Pitchbox, but here's the catch. It's like rocket science to set up, and I don't mean that disrespectfully. It's the advantage and disadvantage of the platform. The advantage is there's so many variables and options that you can set it up in any way that you want, but that's also the disadvantage because it takes a lot of time to test and figure out and understand the best way that's most effective for you. But what it essentially does is it allows you to A, search for an audience that fits your industry, B, find those people in that market based on the effectiveness of their website, the topics they've talked about, how big their audience is, keywords they focus on, and then you can set up rules to engage them. It helps you find their contact information. You can set up email drips. You can schmooze them. You can establish relationships, however you want to do it. So a lot of people will be familiar with this process, such as guest posting, but you don't have to use it from that simplistic form. You can actually use it to establish relationships, build a Rolodex. If those of you that are old enough to remember what a Rolodex is, you can build a catalog of contacts. And so that way you have it in your back pocket for when you have the client in that industry. There's all sorts of ways, but tools like that are based on the concept of establishing relationships. So use these great tools to figure out, how do you find the audiences and the people that already have the people that you want to talk to. From there, you decide, do you want to spend more time and money attracting real high quality backlinks, but the volume might be lower? Or do you want to shotgun it and go for a lot of links with a little bit of lower quality? The answer, which is best, depends on what position you're in. But there you go. There's a few backlink building strategies that work. We did it. We're learning something together. But here's the thing. I don't know what videos help you unless you tell me by liking and subscribing. So help me help you by liking and subscribing so I know what videos make an impact and help bring you to the next level.